This week on Superbike Family, racing a motorcycle 200 miles an hour is one thing, teaching your wife to ride a dirt bike is another.
Larry is very impatient.
With that great experiment over, let's try our hands at buggy racing.
Proud of you, I love you.
It was fun. That's me, Superbike racer, Larry Pegram. And I used to think that my life on the track's pretty fast. That was, of course, until all my girls came along with the support of my loving parents, plus a hand-selected crew. Keeps it fun, but is willing to do whatever it takes to win. Together, we are the Superbike family.
Larry Pegram's decision to race a Yamaha in the AMA Pro Superbike Series has paid instant dividends.
Larry Pegram realizing this might be a battle for second place. He is all over the back of Josh Heron, and Heron runs a little wide. Pegram drives the foremost Yamaha down underneath.
2 third-place finishes at the season-opening races at Daytona on his Yamaha R1 has the veteran poised to challenge for the championship.
So far, we're just ecstatic. The season's going perfect. You know, first 2 races, 2 podiums. We're right there, racing up front. I couldn't ask for anything more than we had so far.
With a break in the racing season, the family leaves the warmth of Florida and returns home to Ohio. His next challenge is to teach the family how to ride dirt bikes.
You don't need the brake? Okay, well then you can keep the gas on more.
8-year-old Riley seems to have her father's passion for speed. Last year she learned to drive go-karts, and now she's been asking her parents to learn how to ride dirt bikes. So on a chilly day, the Pegram family heads to the backyard where Larry has a flat track. There are just a few problems to overcome jumping on the new bikes. Riley has 2 broken fingers after getting them jammed in a door. Mom is a bit hesitant, to say the least, and Larry is not the most patient instructor to one particular student.
All right, it's a windy day out here at what I like to call Worms Acres. Well, I got 26 acres out here. We got a motocross track, flat track, and Yamaha has generously given us a bunch of bikes. So today I'm going to be teaching Heather how to ride. Sophie's going to be riding a PW50 for the first time in her life. She's going to be riding a motorcycle today. So you guys get to witness this. Could be a future champion. And Riley is not going to get a ride because she has a broken fingers, but I'm going to ride her a little bit myself on her bike. Are my girls ready?
Ready.
Mount up! You know, there's certain things you don't teach your girlfriend or your wife. Honestly, one of them is golf, one of them is snowboarding, and one of them is how to ride a motorcycle with a clutch. Or probably a car with a clutch. Those are the 3, you don't do it because you end up in a big fight.
Larry is very impatient. I don't think he gave me any instructions.
That's the clutch.
Yep.
The brake is where your foot is. Hit the start button. Okay. You like that? Like the start?
I like that.
That's nice. She's rode one other time. That was the second time that I tried to teach her. You know, it's something when you learn something as a kid, you don't think you're taking a chance. When you're 40 years old and you try to learn something, you're so afraid of falling and hurting yourself that you can't do what you need to do.
Shift this and ride, and then I think the bike lifted up and I took off. I don't even think he gives instructions. Just like, get on it and go. It's ridiculous.
I just made her pop the clutch. It almost jumped out from under her. But she was like letting the clutch out and she wouldn't let it out. She was right there where it was gonna go and she just wouldn't let it out. And I was like, I just hit it with my hand and then she went. One of those days where we get to go riding, beautiful day, great bikes, everything's perfect. But Sophie's never rode a motorcycle before. She's rode a bicycle, no training wheels for a couple years now. She just turned 5 and I'm nervous. You gotta go slow, okay? Jumps on the thing, takes off like she's been riding it for years. I was blown away by how good she did. Stop, hold the brake, hold hard. Good job, nice job. How do you feel about that ride? Feel good? When you know that? Riley saw this new bike and she just wanted to ride it so bad, and I was gonna let her ride it, and then Heather started giving me the look. You know, if you let her ride that 5 days after breaking 2 fingers, I'm gonna kill you. So I decided death was not in my near future. So this has got 4 gears. They're all up. Push it all the way down. It's already down. That means it's in neutral. Okay, it's not going right. So pull up on it 1 time. Feel that? Yeah. It was a 4-speed automatic, so it didn't have a clutch. The problem was she had these 3 fingers out of whack, so she really could only hold on. This was the only finger holding her on. This one, on the other side. I rode with Riley, but she wanted to ride, but it was too soon. There's no reason to do it, but at least she got to ride some.
I think I'm doing great, and then Sophie comes up beside me like no big deal. I'm just flying by you, Mama.
When Sophie passed her, and it was Sophie's first time ever riding, and she was on a 50, and Heather goes, I don't think I like riding motorcycles. It's just not for me.
Good job, baby. Good job.
Sophie, you did awesome. You passed Mommy again.
I don't even know what I'm doing.
She's not into speed and going. She's not into big nasty speed like I am, and like the kids seem to be. You ready to be into big nasty speed, or you're not? And she's not. And I'm fine with it. I don't.
When I see their smiles, I think, ooh, they've got it in their blood. Hey, I signed up for Larry. I didn't know I signed up for the whole family to be racers.
I said, listen, Heather, here's the deal. Let's just me and you for the weekend get away. We always have the kids. Let's just take a weekend and just get away.
I thought we were going on vacation, but here we are in the dirt.
I told Heather, I said, listen, Heather, here's the deal. Let's just me and you for the weekend get away. We always have the kids. Let's take a weekend and just get away. She's like thinking I'm going to take her to an island or something.
I thought we were going on vacation, but here we are in the dirt.
I said, no, let's just take the camper and go camping, just me and you. And then I get this kind of look from her like, camping? Okay, well, at least, it's just me and you. No pressure, no races.
I thought for sure we were going somewhere camping, and then we show up and we're at it's cool, we're good, but we're racing. Larry's off racing the whole time, busy with work.
So it was nighttime when we got here, so I just pulled in. She was laying down in the back. I pulled in, parked. We wake up in the morning and she's like, we're at a racetrack? I said, but it's a dirt racetrack and it's a car and I had to do it.
Here we are, it's either dirt or asphalt. That's where we go. If this is glamorous, this is my getaway, so. You could probably pretend there was a beach behind me, but I don't see the ocean or hammocks, drinks. I don't see that. Oh my, there he is. I don't even want to know what he's doing. You are so goofy.
Good friends of mine, Mark and Megan Kwame, they own a company called Real Tree Energy Drink. And they have a buggy and a truck. And the buggy guy couldn't race this weekend, so they called me up and said, you want to race the buggy? That's pretty much how it happened, and I was like, yeah, I'm not passing that up.
So we asked Larry to fill in, and we knew Larry would perform.
And, I'm sure for him, he was thinking, wait a minute, dirt? Not a motorcycle, it's 4 wheels, it's a total different package for him.
My first time ever getting in this buggy, and I got to go straight out for practice, so I'm going to go out in the field, drive it around, see if I can get in trouble for driving in the field.
He's just learning the cutter brake, shifting, just how the car reacts to different things, just kind of learning the basics before he takes it to the track.
So I get in this car, I don't know what the stick is, and they tell me it's a cutter brake. And then they explain to me that it locks up one wheel or the other wheel on the back end so the car will steer. So you got to get in the corner, remember to push it this way for left, pull it this way for right, and also not hit the shifter that's right beside it, and drive the car and do everything else. So it didn't confuse me at all.
I wish I could do something exciting. Figure out what I can do. I'm kind of jealous.
jumping the thing feels so awkward, not being on a
Every
bike
time
where you
you jumped
control
it,
it.
it
Because when you jump, you're just, okay, I'm in the air.
see the
I can't
bottom.
see and I can't tell what it's doing, like a bike, you know?
believe it's going to come down.
See this session right here?
Yeah.
Look at his time. 4:4, I did 4:1. It's easy to do the times when you cut two of the corner, though. You think they'd have somebody checking for that.
It's funny.
Before I came to this race, I thought if I can even be 10th, I'd be happy. And then after I did it, I was pretty good at it, and I was having fun. And that's, for me, that's the thing. If I'm having fun, I'm usually doing pretty well at something. And, you know, after I started doing it, I thought, heck, maybe we got a chance to get on the podium.
Ricky car 104.493.
Oh, 104.1. We were at Redbud, which is a full-on motocross track, where Ricky Carmichael's won how many 250 nationals. And I told Ricky, I said, hey, I was faster than you in that qualifying session. I said, I'm calling my dad right now and telling him I beat Ricky Carmichael at Redbud. Okay, I'm never coming back over here again because my first time in my life I beat you and that's it. It's over now. I'll never be back.
See this guy? Unbelievable. I love him. Yeah, he's an
Hold on, I gotta call my dad and tell him I beat Ricky Carmichael. Look, they spelled my name wrong, Pegram.
You got a second.
Well, that's only practice. But I went up there expecting I was gonna be like next to last and I'm second. So I was blown away. I mean, Rick Johnson's son was the fastest and I was second and I was like, everybody's looking at me like, what, how do you do that? And I'm like, I don't know.
For Larry to come out, first day ever in a pro buggy, and throw down second fastest lap of the day is awesome. So hopefully we'll qualify first or second, and then Larry will qualify somewhere in there, which means he'll start in front of me. So I'm gonna have to get around him in some way, shape, or form. So he's already saying he's gonna throw some elbows on me. So we'll see how this goes.
I'm putting off this persona like I'm all confident. Hey, watch out, I'm gonna blow everyone. I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know how they're gonna do the start. I don't know how these guys drive. So inside I'm feeling like, oh man, don't look like a complete idiot. But outside I'm trying to act like, yeah, I'm gonna do really well.
105? That's what I'm getting. Is that good? I don't know.
Right here, right as you start going, you just start raining water like a lot, like just straight out of here. Seems like the motor starts draining a little bit of water right behind the alternator, right around here. Not sure why it's draining water, but we're gonna try and figure it out and see what we can do to fix it. And hopefully get this out there tomorrow. So hopefully we're not up all night, but we'll see.
It's funny this weekend, I got, no kids, no parents, just me and Heather. And that was what it was in the beginning, just me and her, and we always had something to do together. And we got here and halfway through the first day, she's like, there's nothing to do and I'm not gonna complain that I'm bored, because when I was younger, if you had nothing to do, you complain you're bored. She goes, I haven't been bored in years when we have 2 kids and everything. And then yesterday, about halfway through the day, so day number 2, halfway through the day, she goes, you know what, I can't help it, I'm just bored. We don't know how to relax.
Well, there's Larry Pegram, has a Ducati up on the pole as we get set to go racing from Heartland Park, Topeka, Kansas.
On his foremost insurance Ducati 1098, Larry got away clean with the leaders headed to turn 1.
Pegram puts the number 72 Ducati out front, and everybody gets through those first couple of corners, especially the blind one, pretty smoothly.
Yeah, you see power that Ducati, just power right by Byron, yeah.
Larry clearly had the best bike in the race.
Larry Pegram took his first win of the year at Road America 10 years ago. He had done it prior to that, and now today he's got 2 wins in 2009.
Backing up his win earlier at Road America, Larry was never really challenged and was able to celebrate with the fans and again in Victory Circle with his family and crew. Ah, the taste of victory. How sweet it is.
up here at Redbud Motocross Track in Buchanan, Michigan. I broke it.
You rode it till you broke it.
Yesterday the transmission leakage broke, so I finished 12th. So I start 12th today's race.
We've always said that with age comes a cage, and you know, and I think maybe Larry's there. You know, he's still super fit and does this, but you know, I got off bikes early, you know, in my 20s and got to buggies and trucks, and you know, probably the best thing I did. I don't know if I would have lasted, been walking the way I am right now if I'd have been on bikes.
With age comes a cage. That's, you know, and it definitely, for me being a motorcycle guy, it gives you this kind of Superman confidence that you can't be hurt. So you start doing things that maybe aren't nice, flipping guys over, landing on top of their cars, stuff like that, because you're like, well, what's the worst that could happen? I can flip over, you know, on a bike. You know what the worst that could happen.
I guess there is an element of danger to it, but I feel better that he's caged in. I like that.
Obviously, I know I'm getting towards the end of my motorcycle road racing career, but I really, as much as I like doing this and doing the open wheel cars and doing stuff, I haven't found anything that I love as much as racing motorcycles.
I think, you know, you see Travis Pastrana and all these guys, Deegan, you know, Jeremy McGrath, Ricky Johnson, you know, they all came from 2 wheels and went to 4 wheels, and, you know, if he wanted a future in this, he could definitely do it if he put his mind to it.
It kind of takes me way back to when I first started racing on dirt, you know, it's fun. You get to get dirty again, and wife gets mad because I got dirt in the motor home. You got dirt all over the floor in here. So it's definitely fun. It's definitely something I want to do again. Tell me how you chose such a great driver for this weekend's race.
Well, Larry, we love to watch Larry on TV, first of all. So we like that Larry is a ton of fun to hang out with, and we like to win. So other than having fun, the thing
no
that's
pressure.
most important to
Larry,
us.
you've never drove the car before or anything, but if you don't win, you don't get to drive it ever again. Appreciate
Pretty
that.
much that's it. So this
And
is
if you crash your car, you own it, by the way.
This is your test, LARR.
Why?
We call it winning. So
Okay.
do it.
Into number 32, Michael Hester from Florida. Larry's four-wheel debut on dirt is 2 turns away. The biggest concern is rubbing those tires.
The reason you can't touch tires in a buggy is it's like any open wheel car. If the tires touch each other, it shoots one of them up in the air. So for me, it was kind of difficult, and I felt invincible with a cage around me, so I touched tires. I get a good start, moving up. I think I got up to 4th place, and the guy in 3rd was blocking, you know, and he came down on me the one lap, and I backed off. And then the next lap, I was like, if he comes down on me again, I don't care if he touched tires or not, I'm not backing off again. So I hit him, and his car flipped over, and then my car flipped up in the air, and I landed on top of him. And it was funny because I was inside the car and I'm looking up in the air because I'm stuck on top of this guy, and I told my spotter, I said, how come I never came down? And he goes, because the other car's underneath you. So then they had to red flag the race, which was lucky for me, so I didn't lose any laps. And when they set my car down, it looked fine to me. I jumped in it. Fired it up and started up. They told me I had to start at the back of the field, but there was only 4 laps left, and took off and came from last back to 4th in 4 laps and knocked a couple other guys out of the way.
That was quite the race, buddy. Keeping it entertaining. Yeah. Man, you were launching it off that jump.
I was like, well, he was on the radio and he was like, you gotta get close to him, go, go. And I was like, that last lap over that jump too went sideways too when it landed, you know, side like that. My head.
Yeah, that hurts.
All I know is, I was like, when it went up in the air, I was like, oh, where's this thing gonna come down at? And then it didn't come down, and I was just sitting there looking stuck, and I was like, what am I on top of? I didn't know it was on.
The guy mad.
He didn't knock me silly. What's that mean? So
You're fired. Well, welcome to the team, LA.
This is something I definitely want to do in the future. It's not something where I say, hey, this is exactly where I want to go. But I definitely want to do something and something after I quit riding bikes and being in a car or a truck or something like that. But I definitely want to do this again because I'm going to tell you, it's some of the most fun that I've had in a long, long time racing. I actually accomplished what I wanted to do here this weekend. I came here to have fun and no pressure.
Yeah.
Then I went out and went second in the first practice. I had pressure, but then I waved it off, just had fun today, starting in the back, and that was a good time. Other than running the guy over, I kind of felt sorry about that, but other than that, it was a good time. Knocking the one guy off, I felt good about because he hit me up.
Proud of you. I love you. I'll swing
It was fun.